Thank you for listening to one of Analytics for Living's advanced Python sessions. Analytics for Living offers Python training and one-on-one coaching and one-on-one use case development solutions to your analytics using Python. Please visit analyticsforliving.org to enroll in a course and one-on-one use case support. In this session, we'll be reviewing functions in Python. I also recommend before reviewing this session to also review our prior sessions around Python basics, where we walk through data types, variables, assignment, conditional statements, including relative frequencies, and loops. So let's jump into functions. Functions are reusable blocks of code that perform specific tasks or calculations. They are a fundamental concept in programming that allows you to encapsulate a set of instructions and give them a name. Functions make your code more organized, modular, and easier to maintain. Here are the key aspects of functions in Python, and then we'll jump into a few examples. Defining a function. To define a function, you use the def keyword, or definition, to define, followed by a function name and a pair of parentheses. Any required function parameters inputs are defined within these parentheses. The function's code block is indented and typically starts with a colon. Def, greet, name, printf, hello, with a name in the curly brackets. In this case, it would print out what is in hello and the curly brackets of the name. Calling a function. To execute a function, you call it using its name followed by parentheses, following passing arguments that match the parameters defined in the function. Greet, colon, quote, alice, quote, colon. This calls the greet function and passes alice as the name parameter. Parameters and arguments. Parameters are variables defined in the function header that receive values when the function is called. Arguments are the actual values passed to the function when it's called. Return values. Functions are return values using the return statement. The return value can be assigned to a variable when calling the function. Def add x, y, return x plus y. The result of add 3, 5 result in number will print 8. Essentially, it's the definition is saying x plus y, so in this case it's 3 plus y would print 8. Default parameters. You can specify default parameters for function parameters. If a value isn't provided when calling the function, it will use the default value. In this case, def greet name guest, printf hello name. This will print hello guest. Docstrings. Docstrings, you can provide documentation for functions using docstrings, which are triple quoted strings at the beginning of the function's code block. This documentation describes the function's purpose and how to use it. Define add xy. This function adds two numbers and returns the result. Returns x plus y. Scope. Functions can create their own scope, meaning that the variables defined inside a function are local to that function unless explicitly declared as global. Recursive functions are Python supports recursive functions, which are functions that call themselves. These are useful for solving problems that can be broken down into smaller, similar subproblems. Functions are a powerful and essential feature of Python and help in writing clean, modular, efficient code. They allow you to reuse code, simplify complex tasks, and make your programs more organized and readable. Now let's jump into a few examples. In this case, we're defining the name, print f hello name. So we, with the arrow, once it's printed, we'll print out the function and print the name. Then we print Alice and we print hello Alice. So the function above is picking up the greet Alice and printing, in this case, greet Alice as it's defined. Next example is we'll define adding x, y, return x plus y. As we saw before, add 3 plus y, this will print 8. We'll run this again. Perfect, and there's 8. As you see the green check mark, that says that the function is run. Define guest, as you saw that example. Print f hello name. This will print hello guest. Essentially, there's the function. Now let's add. This function adds two numbers, returns the result. Exactly. It's that simple.